Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm discussing validation rules. So in this particular video, I have taken 5 scenarios. So the intention of this video is to, give you an idea how you can build validation rules effectively. So before I begin with my slides, I would like to give you an idea what are validation rules in Salesforce. So we use validation rules in preventing user in saving the invalid records in Salesforce. So that's the purpose of the validation rule. So validation rules contains formulas and expression that evaluates data in one or more field and returns either true or false. If the validation rules returns true, that means that user has entered invalid data in one or more field, and uh, and it will basically prevent user in saving the record. So and it shows it contains error message also that displayed to the user if they have entered invalid value. So in order to proceed with the insertion or updation, user has to correct the invalid data entered in one or more field in order to proceed. So that's the purpose of the validation rule. And the validation rule is to maintain the data quality in Salesforce, right? So let's go and begin with the scenarios. So here is the first scenario. So we have to validate the account number field. It should be numeric if it is not blank. So to crack this problem, we have to break it down into smaller chunks. Uh, so in this particular scenario, we have to check two conditions, whether the field is numeric or not, and the field is blank or not. So Salesforce has provided functions that we can use to build our expression in validation rules. So we can use is number. So this function is basically returns true if the particular field contains number. Otherwise, it will returns false. Is blank function also we can use. This function will return true if the field value is blank. Otherwise, it will return false. So since we have two condition and we are checking two condition, so we have to use AND operation. So to if both the condition returns true, then AND operation so basically it will return true, right? So so true means user has entered invalid data. But if you look at the expression and is number account number, so account number uh, when the when user is not entering number, alphabets, user is entering alphabets or special characters, then it will return false. But we have to return true in order to save the record, in order to save the record from the user point of view. So we have to use not function. So not function will basically um, reverse the true or false. So if it is returning false, it will become true. So that's why we are using not function here. And the expression will be like this. And so the two conditions are not is number account number, not is blank account number, and it will return true if user is entering a not number, right? So and it will prevent user in saving the record. So you can try in your practice log and see how it is working, right? Scenario two. So in this scenario, we are validating custom field called website to ensure that its last four characters are .com, org, or .net. So user can enter, caps or small caps or caps also. So we have considered all that scenario, and in this validation rule we have included in the AND operation, and we are using the write function. So what this write function will do, so it accepts the field name and the characters that we want to return. So we are interested in last four characters, and we are comparing with our desired format. So in the first line, you can see we are using .com. So the whatever value user enters in the website, it will return the last four digits and compares with the desired format. If it is not equal, if this is true, then it will prevent user in saving the record. Ex Scenario 3, you want to basically want to prevent user for changing the field once it is saved. So basically, uh, we have to check two condition in this scenario. We have to verify whether the event is insert or update, and the value is changed from previous value to new value. So in Salesforce, we have is new function. So basically through this function we can check whether the event is update or uh, whether the event is update or insert. So is new will basically return true if it is insert, otherwise it will return false. So and is change is the function to check whether the field is changed from previous value to new value. So so is new is basically when it is update even it is returning false. So to make it true, we have to use not function, and is change should be true because if the user is changing from previous value, it should be true. So both the condition we have to include in the AND operation, and if it is returning true, that means user is changing from previous value to new value, and it is a update event, and we are not allowing to change that particular field in the update event. So you can try this validation rule in your practice source and see how it is working. And scenario 4, only record owner can change the field. So if we look at the problem again, we need to check two conditions here. Is the field is changed or not? Is the field changed by record owner or not? So so we need to prevent user in saving the record if the field is changed by the non-owner. So we have to include these two condition in the AND operation. So it will basically evaluate both the condition, and if the both kind of condition is true, so we have to prevent user in saving the record, otherwise it will allow user to save the record, right? So if change is true, then it will basically the expression will be true, and owner is not equal to user.id, then it will be true, otherwise it will be false. So if it is true, then means user non-owner is changing the field from previous to new value. So we have to prevent that operation. So you can again try this in your practice or and see how it is working. And validation rule example 5. So here we have to check only record owner or administrator can change the field. So uh, again we have to use those condition in AND operation. So there are three condition: is field changed or not, is field changed by record owner or not, is field changed by administrator or not. So is change field, if it is true, it will we have to prevent it. So if should not be true, right? And owner um, owner not equal to user.id. So if non-owner is changing that field, we have to prevent. And it will if that condition is not meeting, it will come to the third condition. If the profile not equals to system.admin, then it will basically prevent user in saving the record. So I hope get some idea how you can build validation rules, and please practice these scenarios in your practice org, and let me know if you have any questions or any feedback. And in the upcoming days, I'll come up with some more scenarios, and please let me know if you have any question or any feedback. Thanks.